Welcome. If you have stumbled across this video and have no idea what you were looking at, this is another video in the ongoing tale that is Creeper World 4 development. Creeper World 4 is a strategy game that's in development. It's one of a series of games that have been in development for almost 10 years now, all the way back from Creeper World through Creeper World 3 and Particle Fleet and now Creeper World 4. So I say all that because I've gotten a number of comments over the previous months that people are stumbling across these videos on YouTube. They're getting recommended to more and more people, and some folks just have no idea what they are looking at. So if you are a returning viewer, you know exactly what you're looking at, and I've got a number of changes I would like to show you. So let's not waste any more time. Let's go back and take a look at this little mission I threw together here. Nothing super exciting or crazy with the gameplay here. It's not particularly hard or anything like that. I just threw it together to demonstrate a few things that I have been experimenting with that seem like they may carry forward in the game in one form or another. So let's begin in a nice safe location here and put down some towers to get ourselves energy and to expand our network. And I will lay some of these out before I unpause the game, just so we get a jump on things. Let's connect to our resources that happen to be available here. And let's place a few of these towers near the front lines. Okay. I don't have to be super careful. I can just place a few of these little guys around like this, and let's not forget this guy. Okay, good enough for now. Let's unpause the game and allow it to run. And a few changes you'll notice. There is an option for contour lines on the Creeper. That's on by default now. You can turn it off. So if you don't like them, no problem, just turn it off. But it's there. It provides, some folks seem to like the way it looks visually. It also provides a little additional information on the Creeper flow itself. Now this Creeper is pretty thin, and it's flowing down terrain levels right now, so a lot of the lines are adhering to the edges of the terrain. But you can see here there's a ripple, probably because there was a wave that went back into this corner and is now splashing forward again, so you can see where the wave front is. Anyway, just keep an eye on that, and it's there for those who like it. Now let's pause the game and explain a few other things, and then I'll build a few additional things. In previous versions of the game, all the bad critters, they came from the emitters. That was just for ease of testing. I've now split up most of the discrete enemies, things like spores, striders, blobs. They have their own structures that they emit from now and their own controls. For instance, let's turn on the editor here and then click on this guy, expand the editor box. You'll see that this guy is a blob nest, and he has the controls here for when he starts, what the launch interval is, the payload for the blobs, how many blobs, how long the blobs can live, and then how the blobs target. And for anyone who has done any Creeper World 3 map making, you'll know that the game tends to, sometimes it deals in frames or seconds, and sometimes it's more convenient one or the other. One small addition this time around is the 7200 frames. You can click this and view it in seconds, edit it either way, kind of go back and forth. So you have frame control, but second convenience, depending on how long it is and what the situation warrants. Okay, so let's turn the editor back off. Strider or Skimmer, changing the name to Skimmer, I suppose. The Skimmer factory, a blob nest, a new thing called a vine root. Spores are still in the game. I just don't have them in this mission. Totems, as we're seeing in the previous mission, if you go back and watch that video. A new thing here called a stash. I'll show you what that does in a minute. And our good old buddy, the emitter. There is a new graph here that shows the total amount of creeper that is on the map. You can see it's steadily going up. I've not engaged it, and it's being emitted at a constant rate. So it's a pretty straight line here. Not a lot of evaporation going on because the leading edge is pretty thick. Let's see. That might be it for some of the small changes. Let's put our new factory down. I've streamlined. If you've watched previous videos, you know I've been through half a dozen different models for wares. So let's explore this model. There is a single factory, and this factory can produce this set of wares currently. It's probably going to be 3 for each fundamental resource type: blue, red, and green. That come from 2 of the resources. Here's red and here's blue. They're on the map. The green you get currently from nullified emitters. There may be other sources naturally, but right now it comes from emitters. And this says that 1 of the blue can be turned into a unit of anti-creeper if the factory is told to do it, and it's checked. Or you can turn 8 of them into a single resistium. This shows our inventories total here. So you can change what this factory is producing or not producing and at what rates it is producing. And you can see what's there, and you can dump it if necessary. And other than that, there she blows. It just sort of operates, and you don't have to worry about a whole lot of micro and that sort of stuff. But you can imagine when some upgrades and a few other sophisticated weapons are in the game, there's going to be some use for these things, and you'll be able to at least control to some degree what's produced and when it's produced. So while I've been running my mouth, things have been getting worse and worse, and I best build, at the very least, I should build some mortars. Okay, all right, and we are at 3 minutes. I have a lot of these structures set to begin at the 4-minute mark, so if I ignore what's going on, this will be a very short video that ends in failure. we don't want that. So let's continue. Won't hurt to not let this land go to waste. Let's pick up the energy. Now you'll notice what in the world just happened. This stash, we can use this as an example. The stash, when it finds itself in a pool of creeper, it absorbs some of that creeper and it stores it up. It stashes it away. And when it reaches capacity, in this case 2,000 stored creeper, then it will release the creeper. There is also a multiplicative factor involved, and in this case I believe I've got them set to 2 to 1. That means that they store twice as much as they absorb, so it's actually producing or amplifying creeper as well. You could have a stash that's sort of the inverse. It might take in 1 and only store 0.1 or something to that effect. So there's some interesting combinations you can get, but when they release their stored creeper, they do it at once over an area, and in this case it's going to create a large or relatively large event, and these waves, and you see these walls aren't what you thought they were. They're not this barrier that's going to contain the creeper without concern. It's going to flood over here and over here. Now I knew this was going to happen because the stash was there, and I've played this mission a little bit before I did this video. So I put these mortars here to deal with it. This one's going to go though, and we're going to have a flood event over here. So we are coming up on 4 minutes. So here come some other baddies, skimmers. Now I haven't just pulled the I haven't just created structures for the enemies and that's all. I've also changed the behavior of the enemies that come out. So skimmers and blobs and this new vine thing, they do things that are a little different than they were before. They have different behavioral rules. Only the skimmers carry the shards now. The blobs don't. Skimmers don't instantly detonate when they hit dry land, so they can skim across dry land as well. They have a destination they're headed towards. Blobs are a similar thing. Then there's this new. Let's just keep our eye on these guys and see what happens here, and then we'll let this thing grow a little bit. Here come the skimmers. Where are they going? What are they doing? Okay, I got my snipers. They did their job. A little bit of shard. Okay, a little bit of stunning here. No big deal. Here come the blobs. Now this vine root is growing a vine, and the vine snakes at a given rate across the map, up and over things, and it alters the creeper physics where it moves. It allows the creeper to flow very easily over it, and it will allow the creeper to traverse over barriers and walls. We just got another stash dump. So we've got a problem here. This guy is going to allow this creeper to flood over this, and let's see what I should do about it. You know what I also need? I'm going to need some sprayers to make anti-creeper. And I need to get busy here, or I really will lose this mission. So let's see what we can do. It's just I'm just building these guys here, and then I will move them forward. Because I need over here, and I need to get some munitions here. Here comes the vine. Look at this. You say, well, how do you stop a vine? Right now, the only way to stop a vine is with your trusty cannons. Cannons can shoot the vine. They can clip the vine. But you got to watch out, because that vine, if it collides with a unit like it just did, then it will destroy it. You also can't land on a vine, so it's kind of rough. I'm gonna have to redeploy. I'm gonna pull this guy down here, and let's see. Yeah, okay, that's the cheapest. This vine is making a mess. Oh, look what he's doing. Gosh. He's running right along this wall. Come on, guy. There you go. At least he got off the wall. And he's creating an event that I am not at all pleased with. So let's let the mortars hopefully keep that creeper pushed back. Oh, no. Stash. That stash is charging up really quickly because I'm letting this creeper get out of hand here. Okay, let's buckle down. Need some ordnance on site. Okay, so the cannon managed to clip the vine right here, and then it's going to try to regrow. Problem is it's headed straight for my little cannon. I just happened to catch it. And one cannon by itself can't destroy a vine quickly enough all the time, so let's see if we can bring a couple of them in there. I want to keep him clipped. I really need to clip it up here. Our anti-creeper at least is helping some. Okay, we're getting some mortar shots in here now. Oh gosh, look at these skimmers. They're going to stun right where I don't want some stun. Alright, I got network redundancy that's going to help a little bit here. Just a little. Because we really don't want to run out of ammo. Okay. So let those mortars go back to doing their job. Let's see, can we place a guy here and... build another line. So this vine, it knows where it wants to go, but it doesn't have a fixed path. It doesn't choose always the most direct path. So as you clip it, a lot of times what will happen is if you've got a path closed off and it keeps getting clipped and clipped, eventually the thing will pick another path that might avoid your defenses. In this case, I'm kind of hopeful that I'm clipping it here, and I have my cannon spread out enough to keep it kind of trimmed back. But what I really want to do is start trimming it on the wall so it will prevent this creeper from coming over the wall in the first place. Now we're making some good progress up here. This is what I wanted to see. That isn't really what I wanted to see. That took a sprayer out. Gosh. Just turn him always on. And build a replacement for him, and let's move this guy forward. Won't hurt because I want to get this guy nullified. I get him nullified, remember, I will get the green resource, which I can turn into Liftic. And on this particular mission, I have an objective, and it is to charge the 2 totems that are here. Now, you may say, gosh, I don't like missions where you just have to take out totems, or if you take the totems out, you win. I want to nullify everything. Don't worry, there will be different mission objectives. They'll be settable. And so there will be, no doubt, plenty of custom maps where activating the totems is the victory condition, and there will be plenty where you can activate the totems all you like and the mission won't end until you've completed some other objectives. My intention is not to force all possible missions to have the same one victory condition. Okay, so it doesn't hurt to have these guys sitting around in the background. It also is not going to hurt to have an extra sniper or 2 to deal with things. Now, I think we can get ourselves down in the hole. Let's put him there and leave him to set to shoot so we don't use any more anti-creeper than is necessary. And here come those skimmers. Right on time, guys. Can we perhaps get a nullifier built? Let's move, yeah, so let's move him forward so we can get some mortar shots in there. It's a bad hit. Hopefully they'll recover in time to deal with this mess. Here comes some blobs sneaking around too. Okay, all right, we're getting ready to activate. Perhaps I need a sniper in a location like that to cover this area. All it takes is a little blob to sneak his way in here, to crawl over this wall, get down in here, and then take out the nullifier or something like, or this worse, this pylon, and we'd be in big trouble. All right, activate it and check it out. We got the green coming in, and it's making liftic. We need the liftic to activate these totems, so we had to take at least one emitter. Now this guy's sitting over here, kind of minding his own business. Perhaps we can do some remote delivery. Let's ferry some liftic over. Let's ferry some energy and build a couple little cannons. Couple little cannons never hurt, because this is getting slowly thicker over time. Now if we glance back at our creeper graph, we'll see that we have been engaging the creeper, and we've been working it down. It's at 21,000 total units currently, and our trend is downwards. So that's good. It's better than upwards. Because if the line's going up and you think you're safe and everything's fine and wonderful, and then you look at the line and it's still going up, you've got a problem eventually. If you can keep it level, or especially lower it, then in theory you're winning. There's situations where you might not be. It's getting ready to overflow something, or etc. But okay, so this guy we're going to take. This guy we've got to get in here. So I've got to get more aggressive to get in there and get this guy taken out. And I will need some infrastructure to do it. So let's build some more cannons and some mortars, and then build a line. Now I could maybe I can do this. Maybe I can approach it this way. Take some current assets that are kind of idle, bring them in. Gotta kind of stay in a holding pattern right here with this vine. Hope that I gotta be a little careful here. If I start, if I actually clip the vine up here, I could create a problem for myself. I'm semi-stable right here, so I'm just going to park a cannon right here to deal with any creeper that might try to take out our pylon, our supply line. Now we've got a guy up here. Let's just spread it out a little bit. Move some mortars in. Let those mortars do their job. Sneak our cannons in. Let's put you right here, just a little back up. Now what happened over here? What's going on over here? We got anything? Okay, let's actually build a little tower so it can connect to the totem. He should charge up, and that'll be half of our mission objectives. And he's activated. Since it's a shield, let's move in and place our cannons underneath the shield. So I'm not going to go after these guys. I don't have to in this mission. I made it easy. I didn't put a totem up here. I didn't do anything fancy. I made it so that I could complete this mission and not take forever to do it, or lose horribly. So what I do need to do is activate that guy. which I can do. Now, I could nullify this vine emitter, but do I have to? I don't have to. I don't do what I don't have to. Careful. Let's go here for some support. If I do this, I think I'm going to win. Made the mission almost too easy. But that's okay. It's just a test video, just alpha. We're just showing you what I've been working on. Now, I've worked on a lot of other things too, some of which didn't work out, some of which aren't quite ready to show, but they will be soon, I hope. I've made some graphical changes. I've made some creeper flow rate changes. I've made a lot of things that if you look carefully, and there we go, activation. If you look carefully, you may notice differences. Now here, because the victory objective was set to activate the totems, and I just did that, all the creeper goes away. You'll see a secondary behavior on the stashes, which is when they find themselves charged up, but then not in a pool of creeper for some period of time, they will release what they have. And that's what's happening here. Of course, that creeper also very quickly evaporates. So yeah, a number of changes. I know a lot of folks ask, well, why can't you go faster? Or they told me to take my time, and it's all valid. It's all appreciated. All the feedback is. It does take a long time sometimes to figure out what works for gameplay and what doesn't. It's an experimental process. It's a try, a test, and try again and again and again. And it's very difficult sometimes to predict how long that will take. Sometimes I get lucky in a day or two. Sometimes 2 weeks go by and I'm like, no, I'm going to start over. I'm going to do something different. That's just how game development goes. I hope over the course of the videos you've seen some progress that you like and some things that you're still concerned with, of course. The game is... it's alpha now. It's not really pre-alpha. There's enough here for me to actually play a mission and have fun and have a lot of variability. But there is a lot left to do yet. I don't want to release it too early, and I can't make an estimate of when it will be released. But I can only promise you that I will be making steady progress. So thanks for watching.